I've started my spiritual journey. I feel lost. I don't know who I am. I don't even feel like I have an identity anymore. Why is this? Why does this happen? I got an email the other day, and it was quite a long email, but the basis of the email was they feel lost. They feel like they don't know who they are anymore. They feel like they've tried to please everybody for the last 30 years. And in doing so, they've tried to become everybody else. They've tried to be everybody's ideas. They've trained as a nurse. They've been a nurse now for 14 years. And they're confused. They don't know who they are. And they wrote to me to ask, is this normal? And I would say it's not normal for everybody, but it's normal for everybody that embarks on the spiritual journey, of some kind of spiritual journey. Now, when I talk about spiritual journey, I mean just waking up a little. Just coming out of who we are, recognizing who we are, and a personal growth. I don't mean necessarily down a religious route or a specific spiritual route. I'm Stephen Webb, and I'm an inner peace guide, and I help you to create a little stillness in the storms of life. And one of the things that crops up a lot is this. And it cropped up from me in my journey. So, why does this happen? Well, there's one big reason why this happens. And that is, when we're born a blank canvas. We're born with infinite possibilities. At that point, we're a finite storehouse of everything. Wayne Dyer says it's intention. Zen will say it's the storehouse of, just a storehouse, I think, actually. And from that, you take, say, an oak. You've got an oak tree, but you take the actual oak. In that oak has everything it needs to become that tree. Not only to become that tree, to know what to do during cold weather, know what to do when the sun's out, know what to do when you're on a bit of a dry spell. It has all those infinite possibilities, all of it imprinted. We have that as a human. So we know we know we need food, we know we need comfort, we know we need warmth. We know that we need to improve. We have this basic desire to want and to grow and to have more. It's why we've developed so well as humans. The other part of it is the ego growth, the I, the person, the personality, the beliefs, the opinions, the structures of who we think we are. I'm a doctor, I'm a nurse, I'm a firefighter, I'm a parent, I'm a husband, I'm a son, a daughter, I'm a cousin, I'm a teacher. All those roles that we play, and they change during the day. I'm playing the role of super film star at the moment. Where did that come from? Oh, God. Sorry, I'm going to get the giggles now. Yeah, we play all these roles, but get a grip, Stevie. 9 months in, we start to develop all these things that make us who we are. But when we do so, during our teenage years especially, we try to fit in. So we take a piece from that popular person. We take a piece from that popular person. We read in a book that this will make us this will make us that. So we're constantly pulling all of these different things. And we're putting it into our hat, we're putting it into our bodies, we're putting it into our mind and our thoughts and our lives. And we're establishing it to try to be the in person, the popular person, the accepted person. Because the one thing all humans desire is security, safety, food, and a connection. We all want to feel connected. And what better way to feel connected than to be in part of the connection, to be in the class, No one likes feeling the odd one out in amongst people. No one likes the loneliness. You know, when you go through the hierarchy of desires, you know, or hierarchy of needs, right down at the absolute importance is we fear loneliness and we want connections. We want someone to be there. We want someone to listen to us, to understand us. So we become everybody else. And we lose ourselves in the process and we don't recognize. So when you're 7 years old and what you're going to do when you're older, I'm going to be an astronaut. I'm going to be a nurse. I'm going to be... Surely there's more than 2 professions in the world. Do you know the brain just does that, doesn't it? Yeah, I'm just going to give you 2, Stevie, just to make you look an idiot. Yes, there is other professions in the world. But, you know, you get the point. At that age, you want to become something. And then suddenly at 40 years old, you've got your children at home. You might have a career in one thing. You might be doing something. You're trying to enroll in local things. But it just doesn't feel right. It's not congruent. It's not congruent with that 8-year-old wishes that you had, that ambition, that intention that it was going to be an incredible life. You're going to make a change. You're going to make an impact. Suddenly, what impact are you making? You're tired. You're fed up. You're exhausted most days. Just to get through some days is just like, really? This again? Life becomes quite mundane. So then we go on this search for, who are we? Who are you? And we don't recognize ourselves when we look. We don't recognize where it comes from. We don't recognize what we would call voices in our heads, the thoughts. We don't recognize the feelings because that wasn't what you wanted. You don't recognize the habits you got because you never grew up thinking you would do any of those things. And that's, you know, that's the beginning of wisdom. That's the good news. That's the beginning of the growing up, waking up, or the beginning of the waking up. So congratulations. If you're feeling that way, brilliant. Excitement and opportunity around the corner. It means you're going to open up. It means your heart's going to open, your mind's going to open. And you're starting to let in the thought that, hey, maybe I'm not my thoughts. Maybe I'm not my feelings. I have feelings, but I'm not my feelings. I have thoughts, but I'm not my thoughts. Wow. Where does that leave you? And sometimes terrifying. A lot of people that at this point, they go, oh my God, who am I at this point then? But it's okay, because that's normal. You know, bewilderment is the beginning of wisdom. And it's only the people that are sure of who they are that aren't going to open and grow, because they don't need to. They don't need to. You all know the people that need to grow up but believe they don't need to, so they never will. So it's irrelevant. But this is the thing. People look at this bewilderment and who am I? And they see it as a kind of identity crisis. And it's not. It's opportunity, it's excitement, it's a good thing. It means you're not becoming attached to your ego anymore. You're not attached to your beliefs and opinions. It means, you know, where did all these opinions and beliefs come from? Your parents, your peers, your teachers, your friends, books, TV programs, films you watched. All of that was going into a nice sponged, like a mind that's like a sponge when you're a child. And in amongst all that, you create who you are. But it's not who you are. Who you are is a deeper sense. Who you are is a more loving, caring, compassionate person. Have you ever, in a situation, reacted in a certain way and then said to yourself a couple of hours later or 10 minutes later, oh my God, I cannot believe I said that. That's not me at all. That's not me. That's not what I'm like. That's not what I meant. Cannot believe I was so horrible to that person. And you're correct. You're absolutely right. At that point, you're wise because it wasn't you. It was a reaction based on what you've done most of your life. It's a habit based what you've done most of your life. So the only difference is between it happening and between the 3 hours later you recognizing it, we have to close that gap until at some point they flip over. So the reaction doesn't, and then the reaction fades away. So we just have a response from a deep truth of who you are. That's my message for today. Don't worry about losing your identity. It means you've got a fresh start. It means you can rebuild your funnel to who you're choosing to be. And today I can choose to be caring and understanding and loving, instead of opinionated, strong. No, strong's a good thing. Instead of opinionated, narcissistic, angry, fed up, lonely. Instead of all those things, you can choose to be the other things. Time to rewrite your chapter. Time to rewrite your book. But not from the past sense, but where you're going. So it's not a rewrite, really, is it? Anyway, let me know in the comments, does this resonate with you? Did you get to the stage in your life when you felt lost, you didn't know who you are, and you felt like you were wandering and nobody else understands you? Quite alone at that point. The spiritual journey is more of a lone journey than what people realise. I'll talk about that on another video. So subscribe, if you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe, hit the bell, and you'll be notified when I upload a new video. If you're watching this on Facebook, head over to YouTube, subscribe and click the bell. I'm trying to get 1,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. So thanks guys. Have an awesome day. Namaste and deep bow.